In this week's video, we drive the greatest driving road in the entire UK, a route that we've driven many times, but it still blows us away. It's absolutely breathtaking every single time. We watch the incredible autumn colours set in the gorgeous Tay Forest. And we head deep into the beautiful Cairngorms, where unfortunately we need to stop off at yet another campsite. Welcome to Glencoe. What a beautiful drive, beautiful scenery, incredible lighting, incredible. And this section of road, which is the A82, it's definitely the most scenic road in all of the UK. It's an easy drive, relaxing drive. You can see, I mean, just turn the camera around and just show what's out there. Come on. This is all part of the ultimate Scottish road trip route as well. So if you are looking for a road trip to come on, then you just want to kind of see the best that Scotland has to offer in one road trip. You don't want to have to go all over the place and find them. You just want to kind of drive it. The ultimate Scottish road trip is the guide that covers all of this. So fill your boots, you'll not be disappointed. You'll love it. It'll be the best road trip you've ever been on if you've never driven these roads before. In terms of driving roads, the route from Loch Lomond all the way up through Glencoe to Fort William, the A82, is arguably the greatest driving road in all of the UK. Now, this is part of our ultimate Scottish road trip, but if you're also looking to do the NC 500 and have a better starting and ending point, then this route is covered in our NC 500 Improved. We decided as we drove that we were hungry, and it was time to pop to the most iconic pit stop in all of the Highlands as far as we're concerned, the Clackegg Inn. So we're here at the Clackegg Inn. Danny's just took the dogs to go into the toilet, and I thought I'd briefly explain as to kind of why we're even here in the first place. So we were on Mull, and that was going to be our next travel guide, but if I'm honest, the more time I spent on Mull, the more time I realised that the last couple of times I've been, I didn't enjoy it as much. I thought it was just me, and then again going back, I'm like, I didn't like it, so I'm kind of scrapping the travel guide that I'm most of the way through, because I just didn't really want to promote somewhere or finish a book and sell a book on something that I'm not that keen on. I would feel like a bit of a fraud, I suppose. So we've decided to come here instead and just have a couple of days. I didn't have any intention of doing a video here, but I thought I can't not show it off. So this is the Clackegg Inn. It's in Glencoe. It's a beautiful drive to it down the valley. You can stay kind of in a car park, which is, I mean, I've got it all detailed in the Ultimate Scottish Road Trip Guide, but this is part of that. This is also the route that I end the NC 500 on, rather than going back to Inverness Way and finishing there, which makes no sense. We drive it back down this way. So we're going to come here, then we're going to go to Fort William, and I think we might end up heading up towards Loch Ness and into the Cairngorms maybe. We've got a couple of days. Obviously we are limited because I haven't got an off-grid system installed in this thing yet. So that's kind of the trade-off, but we love it here, and we haven't been here for a little bit. And like I say, if you've never been down here, or you think there's some nice scenery in other parts of the country and you've never been here before, you don't know what you're talking about. Until you've driven this road, you'll not know what real scenery in the UK feels like anyway. If you've been to Norway and stuff, Switzerland, fair dues, it's a different thing. But it's its own thing. It's got different colours, different lighting, normally dramatic weather. I mean, today the weather's lovely, but normally dramatic weather as well. It's incredible. Beautiful drive, easy to drive, well worth a visit. Even if you just got a car and you just want to drive through it, do it. It's amazing. And I think you can actually stay at the Clackegg as well. We had a burger, some fish and chips, and then some camera issues, which means there's no footage between here and us heading to Fort William, which is where we pick up the next part of this video. So this is Neptune's staircase, and often when we come, there's boats coming up the locks, and that obviously raise them all the way up to the level of sort of up there, the canal, from down the bottom. It's pretty cool actually. It's really interesting when you watch them actually doing it. So you've also got the boat there, which is like kind of a famous view with the Nevis up there in the background. I can't get over the temperature and the weather today. It's not just sunny, it's so warm, really warm. But we'll just let the dogs come down, have a little play in the water and stuff. It's a nice coastline, just to try and burn off a bit of energy, and then we'll try and get them dried in a little bit. But it's It's nice to just slow things down and have a nice walk. Like I say, I would well recommend Fort William. Just have a little explore. It's not, like I say, so many people come and drive through it, but not a lot of people actually stop and spend any real time here. And it's nice. It is nice. So while Danny makes a hot chocolate, I thought I'd have a look for a park up. So I found us one. Again, using Park for Night. Again, if anyone hasn't used Park for Night, I would highly recommend it. It's a great app. It's free. It just helps you find like off-grid park ups, campsites, services, car parks, like anything really that you need while you're away in the van. So the park up's near Dalwhinnie, just not far from Lagan, which is beautiful. It's a gorgeous drive this way, so I'm looking forward to driving that. We haven't done this for a little bit either. So I think what we'll do first is fill up in Fort William, because the diesel's getting a little bit low. I had a work out of the sort of average miles per gallon we've been getting on this trip in the motorhome, because obviously I wasn't sure what we're expecting at the minute. Getting about 29.5, which actually isn't bad. I was expecting to be a bit less than that. So I think that's the plan for now, and then we've got a nice little gusto for later on. What have we got left? 2.
Yeah.
We've got 2 left. So
a risotto and a red tide.
Oh yes, we'll have.
I think that's what we'll have for tea. The risotto.
I think we've got what is it? Mushroom and bacon or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mushroom and crispy bacon risotto. So we're gonna cook that for tea. But yeah, other than that, all is good. This is my favourite thing about this van, really. Look at this. You got a nice view there. You've got a nice view there. You've got a nice view there. 3 massive windows around the back. And then you got a nice view there. What's your take on the van? How do you feel about it?
I do love it. It is really good. I think it's just a totally different experience to the Grand California.
But it doesn't feel like a much more of a different experience to drive. But it's a completely different.
I'm not allowed to drive.
Well, you cannot drive your little A3 without smashing it in.
I wouldn't want to drive it. I'd end up like clipping the whole.
But like, it doesn't feel like you drive like that. You're traveling in something different. But you are once you get there. Huh?
It's just as noisy as the Grand California.
We need to sort some of them bits out, like.
But in terms of everything else, though, I can't fault it. Like the dogs. Normally, I used to hate like. They can even play in it.
Right, that's enough. We're doing an interview. Sometimes when you're away, well, more than sometimes to be honest, you find some beautiful, like, peaceful, secluded places where the dogs could just absolutely live the best life, and then you'd get there and you'd be like, oh, I wish we had the dogs, but we never did because of the size of the space. So my mum always had to have the dogs for us at ours. It was a shame that they couldn't come, when now we've got
come all the time,
all of them.
And the other good thing is the kitchen facility is
Game
just
changing. It's
totally
completely
different. It's like a pleasure to cook, because normally you get stressed just thinking like, I've got nowhere to put. Where do I put this? What do I do with this? Haven't got space. I've only got 2 like hobs, but even to have the oven, it's just like gone up in like a next level, which is like, we thought like in the Grand California having the bathroom was an absolute luxury, and then having this is then another luxury in itself.
Just the space, man. The space, the visibility, the rattles. There's a bit of rattle, to be fair.
Though, you seem to be managing it much better than what you normally would. I don't know what that's about.
Because I feel like most of it's fixable. I just haven't found what it is yet. With the Grand California, it was the whole unit that used to move.
Yeah, it was. What, the bathroom and the
kitchen unit.
Bit.
Well, like, it's things like this. So I've had to stuff this with kitchen towel because this metal moves, and I don't know if it needs screwing in more or if it's meant to move, but it rattles, it does me head in. I've had to put Velcro sticky stuff on there to try and keep the fly screen back because it bashes off the door. There's stuff, and it does rattle a little bit, but I think that, again, for me, the positives massively outweigh the negatives of this thing. And I love it. I honestly couldn't be happy with it, even with the faults. And again, up to now, we have had issues, and I've got another list of issues, and I've had to email Nick at Marquis to basically say, look, I've had all these issues, can I get it booked in again? So there is more issues, and I suspect it might go on for a little while, this kind of thing, but I still feel that I made the right choice. Nice morning, very bright, very sunny. We got up for the toilet, I don't know what time it was. Sharon, do you reckon? About 1ish. And when we got up, the van was absolutely numb, and we'd obviously left the windows and stuff open, to be fair, but then when we put the heating on just for the dogs and stuff more, so I prefer it being cold. But then this morning when I got up, everything's frosty. There was like an icy road warning on the van as well, so obviously it was very close to 0 or below 0 last night. Kind of where we are is near Dalwhinnie, which is kind of in the centre of Scotland, really. I mean, it's not far from the actual stone called the Centre of Scotland stone, so presumably it's in the middle of Scotland. We're heading down, I think, towards Tay Forest Park today. These areas that we're covering today, and maybe partly tomorrow, and some of the bits that we covered yesterday from sort of Fort William across to Lagan, that is kind of part of our newest travel guide that we're still working on, and we're hoping to have released at some point. Not necessarily soon, but hopefully before Christmas.
Save all the things that I said that night. Play it cool, but I never got it right. Baby, cut yourself loose. I was mesmerized by your eyes. You keep me up every morning.
Here at the viewpoint, and I went to do the old pay and display, as much as it's always a bit annoying when it's just literally a viewpoint and you've got to pay for about a minute's worth of walking, but I didn't have to because some good Samaritan donated his ticket as he was leaving, and he'd already paid £2. So that's that done. Danny's scranning, aren't you?
Making some scrambled eggs.
Danny's making some scrambled eggs. The dogs are getting a bit antsy because they want to go for a walk. So we'll take them out when we go, and we'll see what it's like. What was that?
Just dropped.
Danny absolutely just smashing the place up. She's at 8 on the bed this morning. She's just destroying everything. I'm having issues with my drone as well. I mean, I haven't used it for a long time, but it just won't land. So it comes down, it'll hover about, I don't know, 5-10 centimeters off the ground, but can I hell get it to land? So I just have to stand on it. So anyway I can get it down. I don't know if that's going to really work out well, but that's the only way I can actually get it to stop from just hovering. So a bit of a pain, but hopefully it was worth it for the drone footage. I have had to stand on it probably at least 4 or 5 times now, and it still works, so it should be right, but it's just annoying because I know that's not what's meant to happen.
There ain't no satisfaction for me now. There ain't no satisfaction for me now. There ain't no satisfaction for me now. Now that you're gone, now that you're gone, now that you're gone.
The walk to Queen's View is ridiculously short, so no matter sort of how fit or unfit or whatever you are, you should be alright. I would say it's pretty much accessible to anyone who wants to go and have a look at it. There was like a group of older people there when we got there, so
A nice place just to chill with the motorhome.
it is. Obviously you have to, yeah, you have to pay to park. Obviously there's no overnight parking signs, obviously. The shop is closed at the minute, so I don't know if it is closed like during the winter, because I suppose from October onwards it's classed as like off-peak. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, well worth stopping. Well worth even a couple of quid for the car, to be honest.
There ain't no satisfaction for me now. There ain't no satisfaction for me now. There ain't no satisfaction for me now. Now
Pitlochry at the minute, which is just north of Perth. It's not too far north of that. We're about 50 minutes from sort of being right in the middle of the Cairngorms, where like the Snow Roads area is, Braemar and that kind of area, which is lovely. And we're about an hour and a half to 2 hours from places like Peebles, which are a lot further south. So I don't really know what to do, because we will be heading home tomorrow. So I don't know whether to put a bit of a dent in it now and drive a couple of hours towards Peebles area while camp there, spend a bit of time in that sort of vicinity tomorrow, or whether to stay up here and do a 4 or 5 hour drive home instead tomorrow. So I'm not really too sure. I'll see what Danny fancies doing once we've had something to eat. Cause like I say, we aren't that far from like the Braemar and stuff, not far at all actually, and it is lovely along there, and I haven't been there for a while, so that might be what we end up doing. Scaran. Food time. Fish and chips for Danny. Sausage, chips and curry for me. There's nowhere to really park there, so we'll have to drive quite a bit up the road. We'll head back down that way though, because I'm going to nip in the co-op and get just some bits, you know, when you're sitting there and like, if you haven't got any snacks, then what else you doing? I really recommend the curry, if I'm honest. It's a bit just like fudge. Undecided as to where to go. I think we're probably going to push down towards Peebles. It's about a 2 hour drive instead of about an hour to push into the Cairngorms, but we're kind of heading away from home when we're going to have to head home tomorrow. So if we were going there for a specific reason, fair enough, but there's nothing really I need to go and do or see in there.
We've got a funny thing. When it comes to coming home, or when we know that we're due to come home, we always cut it short by a day, normally. And I don't know whether that's just us being weird. It's like one of them when you think, oh, well, we're nearly home anyway, so we might as well just push on for home. But I don't know whether we're just weird like that, do you think?
Does anyone else do that? Like the day before you need to actually drive home, you sort of pre-start your drive home?
I think that's
we always have.
Wrong. I know, but I wonder whether that's where we'll go wrong a little bit. We're already in home mode and we should still be like...
I was going to say I'm not, but I kind of am.
It's a strange one. I don't know why. We always like cut it short by 24 hours now on.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't really know. But yeah, maybe do that. We'll see. She's got us thinking I want to get in the Cairngorms now, because it's just
Why, just so you can rebel back from what I've just said?
kind of
Push back.
Yeah.
But this is that was the point, and like, because the other one we used to use the excuse of like, well,
I think I'm just thinking, because if I haven't got anything specific where we're going to there for a specific reason, then should we just head a little bit further south? I'm not bothered.
No, I'm fine with that as well.
I'm easy either way, but I haven't got anything specific that I need to get to there for.
I was saying a little bit though how sometimes you are dictated to by where you know you can stop as well.
Yeah,
I
so
think that does play a part.
Well, the further you get back into sort of civilization, so the further south,
really,
there's not as much sort of chance. So even around Peebles and stuff, there's not really many. We've stayed at a couple, and they were okay, but the pop-ups are not fantastic. There's a great little one next to a lock actually up that way, but this motorhome's too big for that. In all fairness, the Grand California was a little bit too big for that. It was only a tiny car park. Whereas in the Cairngorms it's endless. So I don't know whether we just pick some bits up and just head to Cairngorms. It's only 50 minutes. We'll do that. We're going to do that. We're going to Cairngorms.
I think if that's the thing, you want to take advantage of being able to park a little bit more.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just park somewhere nice for the last night. Slight change of plan. I think what we're going to do actually is, because I want to be able to have a bit of a drink, and obviously we haven't got any electric or anything, which is a bit of a pain anyway. I think we're just going to book a campsite at Braemar. It's killing us not having an electrical setup, if I'm honest. Obviously I can't use really anything that requires a plug. The sooner we can get this done, the better. I mean, it's booked in the 22nd or 3rd of October, so it's not long now, a couple of weeks.
I was mesmerized by your eyes. Keep me up every night. Keep me up every...
What are you whinging about now?
Can't possibly tell you.
Been watching
Something
the
that
Roman
affects-
Radfords. And Steve calls his missus
It's always my love.
my love.
I don't get none of that.
And then my pain in the arse. They are my pain
You don't
in the
refer
arse.
to me anything other than you. It. You need to do my love. I want to be addressed as my love all the time.
Well,
Come
act
on.
like my love then.
Aww.
But we're at the campsite now. I'll show you the little plot we've got. Pitch number 2. See, I have stayed here years and years and years ago when I very first got a camper van. I think it was the first proper campsite I ever came to, like in Scotland. But we'll have a nice walk into the town because I need some Jackie Chans. I've run out.
I know, you wouldn't even sit down for 5. He's like, no, I just need some cans.
We need to go and get some cans. You can't pull up at a campsite and not immediately drink a can. I'm parched.
You should have thought about that on the way.
I should
here.
have, but I thought we'll just be going
You
straight
said
away.
you
But
wanted
no,
to-
Danny wants to knock up hot chocolates. Who has this many hot chocolates in a day?
I haven't had one yet.
It's one too many.
It's my daily hot chocolate regime.
Um,
You're always just in a rush, babe.
well, I just want some cans.
Have a glass of milk. That might.
You're winding me up.
pass
So
it on
I've
you.
got to wait while she does this because obviously it can't just be done with water. It needs to be done with milk.
I know who drinks hot chocolate with water.
Well, not yet, that's for sure. And then we're gonna
It's
take
a
the
nice
dogs for a
little
nice little walk into the
village.
town.
Is it a town or a village?
Town, I would say.
It's a very nice.
It's only
village.
little, but it's town.
I remember we're coming on the snow roads and we went to the Bothy for some
Aye, we did.
breakfast or something. or
It
just a
was
snack.
nice. Nice little place, well worth the stop. Some lovely walks up into the hills and stuff from here. Beautiful looking golf course if you're into your golf and that. So just
I
gonna,
wouldn't mind having a little walk to the castle grounds. It shuts at 4, but
not today though. Or today.
well, I'm not
It's
bothered.
shut today, isn't it now?
It
That's
take-
miles past the co-op.
It only
that.
takes 23 minutes. What shop are you on about going into? If you
Co-op.
can't? Is there a co-op?
Yeah.
You sure?
If not, we're gonna cancel this campsite and move somewhere else.
Are you sure there's a co-op? I
I'm
don't
certain
believe
there's a co-op.
How certain are you?
I'm 99% because this was the
You've been
first place I
before?
ever seen with the we came, where they still had the traffic lights, stupid things that all the Scottish people doing to
I
get
can only
in.
remember that in Sky.
It's next to the pub.
Oh, yeah. The cooperative, that's the thing.
She's admit. Well, what's the difference between the cooperative and the co-op? It's the same, isn't it?
No,
How is
Is
it
it?
not the same?
I thought it was different.
Is the cooperative and the co-op different? I thought they were exactly the same.
They've got different brandings, haven't they?
No, I don't think so.
One's like a greeny, whitey colour, and then the other one's blue.
Bet you didn't think you'd be tuning into this amazing content when you watch this video. So we needed the Hoover for the van. So I got the Shark one, which in all fairness, it's like a dog air one or a pet air one, and it seems to work canny really. It was 180 quid.
Expensive though, for it, isn't it?
I know, and we've used it 3 times now and the battery needs charging again. Tell you what it does come with though, which is a fantastic idea, especially for anyone with vans, is this. So you put that in and then you get basically a long
Stick it on your like nose
nozzle.
end or something.
Do it?
How self-sucking it is.
Powerful, and not only that, hold it, turn it off. You also get additional attachments for that, so you can actually even put that on there and get right into them little, get
Nibbly
right
corners.
into the little corners,
Little-
and you get different types as well. So you get really thin ones like them, babe. You You get really super thin.
No, that is good.
You get angled ones.
That is good.
You get little brush
Look,
ones.
you can even extend it. Look at that.
So if you really, for anyone with a van and dogs, because that's the thing, like in the house it's not so bad, just get a big Hoover and just fly around, but in a van it's all the little corners, and that's why you end up like, you cannot get it all out. So I didn't buy this shark knowing that was going to be the case, but once I got it, I've seen it. So I'll put a link to that. I'll put a link to the model that we bought in the description. I got it from Argos, it was on sale, but I'll chuck an Amazon. I'll put an affiliate link on, so if any of you buy one, I get a little bit of a kickback off Amazon. But in all fairness, it's been bang on. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It's worked canny. After a busy time on the road, we decided to call it a night with the videos. Danny cooked us some food, we had a couple of cans, listened to a bit of podcast, played a bit of cards, just had a bit of chill time for us. So thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.